thanks so much for stopping back, or if you're new to my channel, thanks for stopping by. If you are new, please make sure you subscribe by hitting the button below and then hit the bell next to it so that you get notifications whenever I post something new. If you like this video, make sure you give me a big thumbs up when I'm done and share this with your friends. I would love for you to help me grow my channel. Alright, so tonight I'm just going to show you very quickly how I would not transfer literally, but paint this design onto my small little canvas. This is my little mini canvas series. They're 6 by 6.5 inch in depth. Love these little canvases. They're ready to use, and I'm not going to do any kind of base coating on this. I'm just going to put it right onto the canvas. Alright, brushes I'm going to be using tonight is the number 4 Princeton, sorry, I can't see this very well, the Princeton Heritage Series, my number 12 one-stroke flat brush, and my little Westonia fine liner brush, which is a fingernail painting brush, and then my little scruffy brush, which is also a one-stroke brush. Haven't ordered any new ones yet. Need to get that. I keep forgetting to do so. Anyways, paint I will be using is the Moon Yellow, which is a multi-surface paint, Violet Pansy, which is also multi-surface. All these are folk art paints, not enamels, but folk art paints. The Citrus Green is also multi-surface. I will be using Thicket, which is the enamel paint, Wicker White, also enamel, and the Lipstick Red. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started with actually painting the purple flowers. I am going to be double loading my brush with the Violet Pansy and the Wicker White. Alright, and I know I don't show my palette. Promise that I'm going to get my room here cleaned up so that I have room to actually organize this and show everything. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I think I need some more paint on my brush here. I actually want to move this paint back too. I am a lefty, so whenever you see me do a design, if you're not left-handed, you're going to probably have to do it in the reverse direction. Just so you know, your starting point might be different than where I'm starting at, or the direction that I'm actually moving. And I'm just basically putting the brush down and wiggling it. So I guess I would call it more of like a, kind of like the shell stroke, something around that, like that. Okay, and we'll just keep it on here. I think I might go over this one just a smidge. I don't like how that looks in the center. And that's one thing too, when you do these, if you find that a stroke doesn't end up looking the way you want it, just go back over it. Not a problem. These are just very quick and easy flowers to paint. Don't take much as far as skill wise. And again, if you're new to my channel, people that view me know that I'm trying to keep what I'm doing very simplistic so that it's something good for beginners to paint. And you don't actually have to use, the paint I'm using is just what I like to use. If you already have paint at your house, don't go out and buy new paint. If you have paint that you like, that you're happy with, use it. There's no need to go for the added expense. Just do the paint that you are used to using. Now, if you're painting glass or something, Just make sure that you're using appropriate paint for that. Some paints do better with the type of painting that I'm doing, while others do not. You might find, you know, for some of them, they're good for like single color painting type of thing, and not like brush strokes. You might get too many bubbles. Okay, so I got the flowers base coated. I'm going to wash out my brush. Also, if you have any questions, comments, you like this video, you want me to paint something in particular, please make a comment down below. What do you think my next step is going to be here on this painting? Make a comment below if you would at this point. Might surprise you. Alright, so what I'm going to do right now is then just to paint these little yellow flowers. And they're just cute little, I'm using my round brush. And they're just cute little flowers. Make the little strokes. You know, you can do 5 or 6 petals, doesn't really matter. You can do 1 or 2, 3 or 4 of them. However you want to use them. If you want to use them as fillers, that's fine. And if you want to do them as a vine, that's fine too. They're just kind of quick and easy. You just do, you know, put the brush down, lay the brush down, pull it, and raise it back up. Again, any of these paintings that I do are just meant to be easy. I don't want anybody to have any higher expectation other than it's meant for everyone to be able to do. If you're a more experienced painter, take the design, make it your own, make it more difficult, do a base painting to it as far as like the background. You know, that's up to you. You can use it just as a general design idea. Alright, so let's do, any of you know me, well, I'm going to go ahead and just do another one here. I was going to try to maybe just do 2, put a third, or put another one someplace else, but I'll just do that. Alright, my center for these is actually going to be the lipstick red. And I'm just going to quickly do that with my round brush. Same brush. You can rinse it out, or you can just leave it with the yellow in it. Doesn't matter. And I'm just tapping in here, this center. Very basic center. Nothing special about it. Just tapping it in. Like I said, it's not meant to be anything special about it. I just try to stress that, you know, I don't want somebody viewing my videos and thinking, oh my god, anybody could do that. Well, that's basically my point. I want anybody to be able to do it. It's the whole reason I'm doing this. You know, I know how I feel when I'm looking at somebody's videos and they're really awesome, but there's no way I could do them. Then I feel frustrated. So for me, it's nice to create something that I feel that the majority of people could actually simulate. Okay, for the center, I'm just going to do something very simple with the scruffy brush. I'm just going to tap in the center. Again, very simple. And you can make a round movement with it. And the hard thing is that it's very similar to the flowers, so it doesn't show up, you know, stand out a whole lot. But that's okay, because we'll keep working on it. Make it look nice. Yes, I think my demo look nice. You just have to be careful since you're doing wet on wet that you aren't overworking it, because then you can find that it's just going to get muddled. And that's where you kind of have to be careful. I did that wrong. And you can turn it some if you want to have more of the yellow on the other side too if you want. It doesn't matter. Like I said, it's just very simple and it's meant to be that way. Alright, then I'm going to do just little leaves for the little flowers here. And again, it's just I'm double loading, basically sticking the brush in the two different colors of green, and then I'm just touching and just kind of pulling it. Very simple. That's all I'm doing. It's just like that. Just, like I said, just very light, simple movements. Not meant to be anything other than that. I just can't stress that enough, because I don't want anybody thinking, well, like I said, my 2-year-old could do that. Well, that's not really, I just don't want things that are so hard and to frustrate people with. Now with the leaves like this, you can do them as much. If you think that's too much and you just want to do a couple around it, that's fine. You want them to have the darker green, you can do that. And you can even have them come out like that if you want to make them kind of come out from the flower more. I'm not going to put any kind of vining with them to tie them all together. I like them just like this, but if you want to, you can add that to yours. And you can do single petals if you want, that's fine. They're just very simplistic. Alright. And like I said, if you feel like that's too much, then don't do as many as I did. I think they're cute. Alright, and then for the next step, just adding some leaves to the flowers. I'm just going to do basic leaves where I come out this way, point it, lay my brush down, and come back. I think I need to get some more green out here. Alright. And then I can do this again with, if I want to tap it in like that to fill in the center. Raise my brush up and then just come back a little ways and go like that. And then I do want to put some little veining through the center there. Alright, continue on. I'll probably do another one here. Raise it up. You don't have to lift your brush up off the paper. I'm just trying to do that to show you what I'm doing. And I'll bring that over like that. And you can switch it up, if you like to do a combination of not flowers, but leaves. You can do more than just one kind with it. Then mix it up a little bit. Maybe even do a different color of green, different shades. That's fine too. But again, this is just meant to go very easy and into the next one. And I'm just going to continue to do this till I get around the flower. And then I'll probably add in just some basic little leaves. Okay. If you just want to do one leaf, that's fine. don't know why, I kind of like I like two of them together. Now it's kind of a blub right there. And like the way that tipped off, so I'm just going to do that. And there's different ways that you can make these leaves too. This one's kind of funky looking. And on this, I am not going over the edge on this one. And that's intentional. Okay, now I do want to add just some basic, you push, pull down like that. You can add another one if you want one coming down over the side. I'm just going to do these. They're going different directions, and that's fine. I'm not going to do any filler flowers or leaves. Basically, that's what these are going to be. It's the purpose of what I'm doing right now. It's just a push and pull. They don't have to be big. They can be different sizes, as I just made a small one, just to kind of try to fit onto the canvas. And you can overlap, I mean they can run into each other or overlap the petals. Over here I'm just going to kind of do just a few little ones. Again, just a very simple design. And I'm going to kind of make it look like it's coming underneath that flower. Okay? And you can do the same over here if you want to maybe add a third. And then I can do the same thing with this. Just do a little bit of vining there. And if I wanted to make it come over that flower, I could, but I'm not going to do that for this one. Alright, so to finish off the center, I am going to, let me put some of this out on my plate here. I am going to use my fingernail brush. And I'm dipping that in, trying to get it nice and coated. Maybe not so much. I want it to be thick, but I don't want it to be too thick. Because with this brush, I like the fact that I can do just light little strokes and get more of the whimsical kind of movement that I really like. Some of them come out thicker, but it's more wispy looking than what I'm used to if I do any kind of other brush. This just allows more of that type of look. And I'm not really sure what it's used for when you paint nails. I have no clue, because I really don't paint nails. But I think it's I don't know. I have no idea what they use for it. Or what they use it for, I should say. Talking backwards. Just take your time. I tend to try to rush, and then I don't do as nice of a job if I'm rushing. I mean, you can do that. You can just make them overlap a little bit. Make it as full or as thin as you want it, light. Which, like I said, I think it's just a basic pattern. And you could also do some leaf painting behind this before you actually paint the pattern. I typically don't do a whole lot of that when I'm doing these videos, and the reason for that is I don't want to have to wait for the drying time before I paint my base, or my, the main part of the flower. I shouldn't say base, but the main part of the flower. And with this, I'm just going to do some speckling I mean, not really speckling, but just kind of adding some dots kind of to the ends or within the white little, I don't know if this is the stamen still, if that's what that would be considered still part of the flower. But see, then it adds so much to it by adding this to the flower. And again, you don't have to, you could just leave it plain, just the stroke work. But I like adding these to it. I think it gives it more character. Now, if you want, because I know that there's a little bit of a space here, and probably I'm going to ruin this, but I'm going to do just a light little leaf right here. I'm doing it backwards just really lightly and put that in there. Again, I would have probably hit it with a dryer, but I'm going to just do it here real carefully and then put a leaf like that through it. I'm not going to mess with it too much, but it kind of just gives it, fills it in a little bit. And again, if you want to hit it with a dryer, a hair dryer, before you attempt to put in a petal here, I don't want to say petal, but it's a leaf, you can do that too at first. But just kind of fills it in a little bit. Alright, so there we are. Simple, simple, simple. And just something very colorful, add into your home decor. So again, if you like my video, please give me a big thumbs up, share it with your friends, and until the next video, I hope you like this, and I will talk to you then.